Well, in 1991, you were in Strictly Business. Right?
That is absolutely correct. Yeah, my first major movie. Yeah. Halle Berry, Tommy Davidson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joe Phillips. Yeah.
Yeah, I interviewed Tommy Davidson not too long ago.
Yeah, I tell you, Tommy D.
Oh, yeah. He said he had a...
His son's named Isaiah. Yeah,
oh,
he
really?
has a son named Isaiah.
He's got a lot of kids.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of kids. So.
He and Michael Jackson, they win.
Right, they win. What was it like to be on set with Halle Berry at that was her first film role, I think?
Yeah. Well, and it's not unusual to be in a movie with someone and not actually see them. And
so you never got to see her?
No. Actually, when I was hired, Halle wasn't the star of the movie yet. And Kevin Hooks wasn't even the director.
Ah.
Yeah, so I think I was shooting my scene with I think one director. No, it was a big change. I mean, I still kept my little, what we call day player. And and Leary, Anthony, Leary, the comedian. That was his first movie at the same time, too.
Yeah,
Thomas Leary, he became a big time comedian, Irish guy.
I know you're talking about.
Dennis Leary. Dennis Leary, yes.
Yeah.
So we were in a green room, but we were both talking to each other how this was our very first major motion picture by Island Pictures. So Dennis Leary and I, we clicked because that was our first major movie. Mm-hmm. But I didn't get to work with Halle Berry. I didn't get to work with Halle Berry until years later.
All right. And Andre Harrell is one of the producers of that film. And Puffy was actually a PA on that set. I don't know if you actually saw him or not.
No, I didn't.
But because, like I said, I interviewed Tommy Davidson, and that was like his production assistant. Yeah. And at one point, Puffy got into a fight with a Teamster, and Tommy had to bail him out of jail. And there was a whole bunch of drama behind the scenes that you may not have been aware of.
No, I was only there what we call a day player. So I only had one day to have fun with those guys. And I had a scene with Joseph Phillips, who became famous on The Cosby Show later. Mm-hmm. Really nice guy. Former Dallas Cowboy. And I knew his football history more than I know him as an actor. So he was the only guy I worked with in that scene. But
gotcha.
Halle.
Well, that next year, you're working on Strapped.
This is absolutely correct. What is this like? I like this. I like this.
Do my homework.
Yeah.
Well, Fredro Starr, who was the co-star of that movie, was actually a regular guest on Vlad TV.
Really?
He's on all the time. Yeah, every few months. We got
I
Fredro
need to go look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Love Fredro.
And that was that his first film role?
I think so.
It may have been. That was his acting.
Killed it.
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken. That was his first major opportunity. And Strapped was the first major movie, the directorial debut for Forrest Whitaker.
Right.
Because of Forrest Whitaker, I got the attention, being in that movie, got the attention of Robbie Reed, who was my former managing big-time casting director, and still is, Emmy Award-winning casting director Robbie Reed, Spike saw me in that movie and wanted to know, in his mind, he knew all the actors, especially African-American actors, that he considered talented or interesting. And he didn't know me. So that's how I got the audition for Crooklyn.
And there you go. So now you finally get to link up with Spike Lee.
Yeah.
1994 for Crooklyn. Yeah. You played Vic Powell.
I was terrified in that audition. I talked so much ish. I probably burned so many bridges with future friends, Leon and Cuba Gooding. I was just a total prick. I went in and tore that audition up and came out and told him. I think somebody reminded me, a friend of mine, still a friend, Chad Coleman, says, yeah, man, I remember that audition. And we heard you tearing it up in that room, and we were all like, man, we just need to go home. But what made it worse, you came out and said, y'all just need to go home.
You stunting on everybody, huh? Hilarious.
Couldn't believe it. I shudder. I get chill bumps at my behavior sometimes. But that was a Texas high school football competitiveness, man. Mm-hmm. It's that you either did or die. You did or die. You played mind games. You did whatever you had to do legally within reason to get the job. That's just what. That's the mentality I had, and I still have that. Really, what do you got to do?
Okay, then that next year you were in Clockers, another Spike Lee movie.
Yeah, and by that time I had learned How to Hit My Mark and got my stuff together and met Tyra and John Singleton and was thrown into this incredible world. And Seal would show up on Spike's World. I mean, Spike was king at this time, right? But I learned my bones of acting. I got my my master's, so to speak, or studied for my master's in the first 4 films of Spike. I mean, he was an incredible source of information. He constantly would share other movies from Kira Kurosawa and Oliver Stone, Martin Scorsese. He's like, you gotta watch this movie. He was always on me. And I always felt like I had to catch up, to these guys. I only spent the semester at Howard. Then I was off to New York. And then I was, my talent was moving me much quicker than the average person at that time. But there was a lot I just needed to catch up on. And Spike, he was very instrumental in preparing me for what I didn't even think I would ever do, actually become a director. That was the highlight of my career because of watching how he put the most incredible people together. I always say Spike's success was he knew how to compose some incredible talents around him to get the finished result.
Oh yeah. I mean, I kind of bug out when I watch
Bug Out, Do the Right Thing.
Well, no, yeah. Well, I was about to say, Bug Out from Do the Right Thing went on to do
Esposito.
Star Wars. Went on to do Breaking Bad. Really one of the
Saul. I mean,
yeah. Better Call Saul.
It's just it was almost like, and maybe I may get myself in trouble saying this, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll bite the bullet if I'm wrong. But it seemed that if there was any major African-American male actor that has been working the longest, started with Spike.
Yeah, I mean, Denzel.
Sam Jackson.
Giancarlo
Esposito.
Yep.
Still, this man of just all of John Turturro, Nick Turturro, all had great careers.
Mm-hmm.
Delroy Lindo, Mekhi Phifer.
Yeah.
If you look back at the trajectory of some of the most successful melanated men coming out, you have to kind of point it to Spike. Am I right or wrong?
No, I agree. Spike Lee was a beast during that era.
Wesley Snipes,
yeah.
Even actors that have gone on, that have passed on. Chadwick Boseman even came in there. Anthony Mackie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Had a leading role in one of his movies.
Pretty much everybody. In 95, were you in Dead Presidents as well?
Yes.
That was one of my favorites.
Oh, man, that was a tough
I love the Hughes Brothers.
That was a tough movie.
What made it so tough? Tough, hard to put together? Or?
Yeah, whatever. But here, it's the truth. Yeah, they don't care for me, and I don't really care for them because of this.
The Hughes Brothers.
They had big beef with Spike for whatever reasons.
Really?
And I got caught up in that beef. To this day, they're mad at me because I took my name off that movie.
Right, because when I was looking, it was you're in the movie, but I can't figure out. It's not always listed everywhere.
So they were really took issue with that. They're like, what the fuck, man? I said, because you guys are acting like thugs. You guys are like, you got on the call sheet. Nobody can wear 40 acres and a mule, and I'm a made man. This is the
they
man.
were mad at you wearing Spike's clothing company.
Well, they were apparently the beef. I could be wrong. And they could, it is what it is. But the rumor is that Spike would have these seminars every summer,
mm-hmm.
and he would handpick who was going to be the next talents, take the throne, so to speak. And apparently, the Hughes brothers, we all know they're super talented.
Mm-hmm.
In his mind, were the next.
Yeah.
And he was right. But apparently, something got confused with the per diem, and they didn't pay a hotel bill and stuck the Hughes brother with the bill or something, and they had to pay it, so they held a grudge. Black people, I found I'm from Timney, out of Sierra Leone. Black people can hold a grudge for decades, man. Just hold a grudge over the smallest ish. It's like we have the PhD in petty. But I'm happy to come out of Spike House and I'm working with, Lorenz Tate, Chris Tucker, my boy Bokeem. We're killing it. This is the Hughes Brothers. And I literally was on like the Western Union, getting calls from Spike, being and moaning about the Hughes Brothers. They drive around in white limos in my city, and I'm going to tell the limo people to cut them off. They get a black lip. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I thought I was stuck between the Bloods and the Crips, man.
Wow.
But because I'm Gulf Coast, and I'm crazy too, I just said, fuck both of them. I'm taking my name off this movie. I'm not fucking with you, and I'm not fucking with you no more. Because this is ridiculous. We're black men at the height of our game, and I am listening to some of the, why are you calling me, telling me, you better wear that jacket, you better show your colors, you don't make him take your 40 acres and mule. I'm like, man, come on. I got a bullet hole in my body, man. I've worked very hard to get away from this mentality, and I'm sitting here dealing with this foolishness with grown men.